Okay, we will again right now, Perek Mem, Yechezkel, Posuk Aleph. We'll say the Posuk, try to explain it, say the Rashi, the Hadak. So let's begin right now. Posuk Aleph. Ve'esrim ve'chami shona golusenu. 25th year, it was the 25th year of our exile, the exile of the Yachin, the exile of Yechezkel, golusenu, our golus, plus Rav Chacham Yisrael, as we will see soon. Rosh Hashanah, in the beginning of the year, Rosh Hashanah, the Asal HaChodesh, on the 10th of the month, 10th of the month comes out Yom Kippur. Me'arba Esri Shana, 14 years, Achash Huksayir, after the city, Yerushalayim was smitten, Be'etzem, Hayem Hazen, this very day, Oisa La Yad Hashem, the hand of Hashem was upon me, Ve'yavei Eisi Shama, and he brought me there to Yerushalayim, Ira Huksa. So what's the 25 years? That's in Chamesh Shana Golusenu, so there's 25 years. What's the 25 years? So this is since the Golus, it says Golusenu, the Golus of Yechezkel, Yechezkel and Yechonye and plus Rav Chacham Yisrael, they went to Golus 11 years before the Churban, and this is 14 years. Abes Hashanah Chashuk Seir, 11 plus 14 is 25. So we're talking about 25 years from the Golus of Yechezkel. At that point, and it was Yom Kippur that day, 14 years after the Churban of the destruction of the Hamikdash. That year was the Nevuah of the Rabbi Yechezkel about the Bais Shlishi. So how is that the Indian from the Yovel? So let me explain the chronological order, and then we'll learn Rashi. So Yeshayahu, let's start with Yeshayahu. Yeshayahu was from Malchi Yehuda, and he became a king when he was 8 years old. He reigned for 31 years, from 3285 to 3316. In the 18th year of his reign, the Yovel started. This Yovel started. So the last 14 years was actually beginning of the Yovel that we're talking about right now. And then came, after he was killed, Yeshayahu, Yochaz, his son, took over. And he was king for 3 months. And then his brother, Yoakim, also son of Yeshayahu, took over following him. And he was there 11 years. So right now we have part of the Yovel, 14 years of Yeshayahu, the last 14 years, because the Yovel started in the 18th year of his reign. So the last 14 years was the beginning of the Yovel, and Yoakim is under 11 years, so it's 25 years. Then Yechonye was a melech for 3 months. Nebuchadnezzar took him and Rav Chacham Yisrael, as you will see soon, to Bavel. And then so you have right now at this point you have 25 years. Then you have the last melech before the Churban was Tzidkiyahu, Yechonye's uncle, which was actually the son of Yeshayahu, and he ruled for 11 years. So yeah, 25 plus 11 is 36 years in the Yovel. That's when the Churban happened, and then 14 years later, 36 plus 14 is 50th year, which is the Yovel, and that's the time we have the Nevuah of the Bais Shlishi. To clarify it a little bit more, so I'll bring down from Gemara Gittin, Perek Hamikdash, Peches Medalef, from the bottom of the Amid. It brings down Omar Abchizda Omar Ma'ukve, Va'amr Losam say Omar Abchizda Omar Abirmiyah, Darash Marimer. Maidik Siv, what is written in the Posuk in the Nil, Va'ishhed Hashem ala Ro, Va'yive'eho Aleinu, Kitzadik Hashem Elokeinu. So the meaning of the Posuk is, the Rebbe hastened the bad, and he brought it upon us, the bad, because he's a tzaddik, Rebbe is not tzaddik. So the Gemara asks, Mishum the tzaddik Hashem Aleinu, because the Rebbe is not tzaddik, Va'ishhed Hashem ala Ro, Va'yive'eho Aleinu, the Rebbe hastened the bad, and he brought it upon us. El tzedakah as HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Rebbe made out tzedakah, in Yisrael, Shehigla Golus Tzidkiyahu, he hastened to bring the Golus Tzidkiyahu, Nadayin Golus Yechonye Kayemis. And the Golus Yechonye is still alive. Iksiv Be Golus Yechonye, it says where Golus Yechonye, Chanetza took away the Chodesh V'Amaz Ge'elef, took them all to Babel. The Chodesh V'Amaz Ge'elef, Pashas, the Chodesh means the artisans, V'Amaz is the gatekeepers. But the Gemara darshans Chodesh, what's Chodesh? Shosh Peiskin, Nasa Hakel Kechareshin. When they opened up, they said something. Everybody became quiet. It was so tremendous. There's nothing to argue with them. He says. The Gemara explains, there was a dilemma, there was a question, the Gemara, and they couldn't answer it. It was Sogur. Nobody could open it up. Again, because they were tremendous Talmidei Chachamim. So, to make it clearly, so in other words, the Gullus were in two stages. One was 11 years before the Churban, that's called Gullus Yechadya. That was the first stage. So Nebuchadnezzar took Yechonia and Yechezkel and all the tremendous Talmidei Chachamim, took Chodesh V'Amaz, took them all to Babel. And 11 years later, there was the Golus of Tzidkiyahu. And the Eibishter wanted the Golus of Tzidkiyahu, the people in Tzidkiyahu, weren't so learned. You should learn from the people of Yechonia that were in Golus 11 years before. So let's learn Rashi. Golus Yechonia, the Rashi, Huya Yochin. That's a Yochin. Kadma the Golus Tzidkiyahu, he preceded the Golus Tzidkiyahu, Achaz Esrei Shana, 11 years. This is Zdaka, Shemir Vehechriv, Beisai, the Eibishter hastened them and destroyed the city. His city is Bais, his house. Hamikdash, Git Lahagles, Deishat Kiyohu, the Babel, to bring over the Tzidkiyahu, weren't learned, and they wanted to bring him to Babel, Be'ech Chachmei Golus Yechonye Kayomin, where the Chachmei Golus are still living and still there. So Yilmud Torah, they should be able to learn, teach Torah, to those who came to Golus after them. Lefi Shalev Chachmei Torah, Golum Yechonia, most of the Chachmei Torah went to exile 11 years before with Yechonia, and Iksiv Be Chodesh V'Amaz Ge'elef, the Chodesh V'Amaz Ge'elef that Nebuchadnezzar took to Babel. So you see, this is the chronological order. Rashi, Bais Hashana Ba'asal HaChodesh. So Rashi explains, Ezehu Shana Shalish Hashana Shalom Ba'asal HaChodesh. Which year Rosh Hashanah fall out on the 10th of the Chodesh, which means Yom Kippur? What year this is? When can Rosh Hashanah fall out on Yom Kippur is Nashas Yevel. Havi Eimeh. So we say, this is Havi Eimeh, Yevel, this is Yevel. Shachar Bais Shnaslamed V'Sheish B'Yevel. The Churban Bais was in the 36th year of the Yevel, as we explained before. Yechezkel was when the Esther Shannon the Yeshio, not Yeshio, Yeshio. The Yevel began the 18th year of Yeshio. So if so now it's, according to the Cheshvan, we said a minute ago, so it's the 36th year, there was the Churban. So after the Churban, the Sefer Abba Esther Hayaroi Ayovel Lies, and after 14 years, 36 plus 14, you have the Yevel. And this is also 25th year of the Golus Yechonia. That's Esrim B'Chamish Shanim. Esrim B'Chamish Shana Golus Seinu. It's also the 25th year of the Golus Yechonia. Shegola B'Esrim Shesh B'Yevel. He went to Golus, as we said before, in 26th year in the Yevel. How is it 26th? Yudal Shio, because Yudal, the first 14 years of the Yevel was last 14 years of the Shio was 14 years with Chesed Lamed Aleph. And Yokim Yudalef, and Yokim is 11 years, 25. And next in that year goes Yechonia goes to Golus. 11 years for Nebuchadnezzar took him into Golus. Him, Arif Chacham Yisrot. That was 11 years before the Churban, and plus 14 years. So you have right now the Yevel. Okay, we're going to learn the Radak right now. Be'esrim v'chamish shana Goluseinu. Bais Hashana Ba'asal HaChodesh B'Yudalet Shana Achri Shehuksa Hayir. Says like that. So we all come to the same cheshbon as the that the Shnas HaYovel, and Yom Kippur, the Eibster showed the Nevuah of the Bais Shlishi. But he has a little different cheshbon how do you get to the Yovel years, to this Shnas HaYovel. So he begins like this. V'shleish mishana Yovel, in the 30 year of the Yovel, Ra Yistalek HaKod Yisrael, Yechezkel saw the Nevuah, the Istalkus, going away the Kavod of the Kavod of Hashem from Eden. Like it's written in the beginning of the Sefer Yechezkel. V'yehu Ashana Machamishis Legolus HaMelech HaYochin. And this happens to coincide with the 50th year. That's when that Nevuah was shown to Yechezkel, which is the 50th year of Melech HaYochin, is also the 50th year of Tzidkiyahu HaMelech, last Malchi Yehuda before the Churban Bais. Is Kama Nisharum Na Yevel? How much? If that was the 30th year, how much is left of the Yevel, to the next Yevel, which Hashem is showing the Nevuah of the Bais Shlishi to Yechezkel, is Chav Shana. What's left right now is 20 years. So Yishei Shanim Shel Tzidkiyahu. So you have the last 6 years of Tzidkiyahu before the Churban. Shahari Avro Chamish, because 5 years already passed, and he was a melech for 11 years. So 6 years is left right now, and also what is left is to make it 20. And you have 14 years after the Churban Bais. Harichov together you have 20 years. Vishnasma Chamishim, and this happens to be the 50th year. Shehi Shnas HaYovel, which is also Shnas HaYovel. Zeu She'oma, and this is what it says in the Posuk, B'Rosh Hashanah, Be'asar LaChodesh. Ezi Rishana, what year is Rosh Hashanah Shalom Basar LaChodesh? What year is Rosh Hashanah in the 10th of the Chodesh in Kippur says? Havia Eimeh is the Shnas HaYovel. So this is Shnas HaYovel. The Shnas HaYovel Rosh Hashanah falls out in Kippur. Fish Havodim HaYetzim Avos LaChodesh Shnas HaYovel Yom Kippurim. And being that Vodim, servants go out from Avos LaChodesh Shnas HaYovel Yom Kippurim. Herele HaKadosh Baruch Hu Tzeis Ma'agolus. The Eibusher showed Yechezkel also going out of this Golus of Golus Bavel, or Bavina Bais, and he showed him the binyan of the Bais Shlishi from here, from Yechezkel Mem to Mem Gimel. B'Shnas HaYovel, showed him all Shnas HaYovel, Yom Kippurim, and also the day of Yom Kippur. It's a good time to show Ki Ba Yislach HaKel L'Avein Yisrael. This day, the Eibusher forgives the avodah is the sins of Eden, and the sins shouldn't be mentioned again, shouldn't be remembered. Shama, when he says Shama, is Shazacha, the city which you mentioned right now, which is Yerushalayim. Okay, well then Mitzudas David also. The Galuseinu sagt Mitzudas David, Be'esem Chamish, and the Galuseinu, who's Galuseinu Shanabim, who Galus Yachin, Ki Oz Gal Yechezkel. It's Galus Yachin, and also that year, as I mentioned before, Yechezkel was also went to Galus. Rosh Hashanah Ba'as LaChodesh, says Mitzudas David, Eizei Shana Shalosh Hashanah Shalah Hi Ba'as LaChodesh. What year Rosh Hashanah comes out on Yom Kippur, the 10th day of Tishrei? This is the year of Yovel. Shas Chalasa b'Yom Kippurim. The beginning of that is Rosh Hashanah is Yom Kippurim, Ba'asar LaChodesh Hashvi, and he gives the same calculation as the Radak is. K'Markava Ra b'Shnas Shleishim Yovel. The Makavi saw the 30th year of the Yovel. Mishkasav Sham. V'Azayev Shnas HaChamishis Legolus Yachin. That was the 5th year, Golus Yachim. V'amada Zois, and this matter of the Bais Shlishi Hoysov Shnaschov Heila Golus Yachim was the 25th year of Golus Yachim. V'im Kain Hoysov Shnas HaYovel. If it's the 25th Golus Yachim, it's the Shnas HaYovel also. Ukvar Avru, and this Shnas HaYovel Kvar Avru Yudalet Shana Meishuk Shayir Meitzitkiyo, and this 14 years already passed from the time of the destruction of the Yerushalayim, which destruction happened to be in Meitzit Geyo. It was the last Melech, Malchi Yehuda before the destruction. Yehum Balach Yud Alav Shana, he was a king for 11 years. Achagol Yachin. Yad Hashem, next with us, David, Keach Chezek HaNevuah, the Keach, the strength of Nevuah, the Chein to bring me to the Yerushalayim Bal Korchi, to bring me over there on this mountain, Bais Bal Korchi, against my will. Shamar Tzalemer Elai Ira Huksa, to the place of the city of the which was smitten, Amur Lamaila, which we said before. Posuk Bais. The Maris Elikim Eviani, with the vision of Hashem in the Tagus of Ruach Nevuah, Eviani, he brought me to Eretz Yisrael, V'necheni, he placed me al Har Gevei Me'ed, on a high mountain. All of next to it, Kemibnei Menegev, as this building, the building of a city on the other side, which goes in Yerushalayim. Rashi, the Maris Elikim. He didn't actually physically bring me there. He showed me as if I'm there. It'll be high. It says in Posuk, it'll be raised in the hills. As the building of the city. To this day, the Radak right now on Posuk Bais b'Maris El Har Gevei Me'ed. So in the vision, he took me, placed me on a high mountain. The Radak Zehu Har Bais. The Har Gevei is referring to the Har Bais. But Eolei Gevei Me'ed, and he showed him how it's high. It's very, very high. That's how it's going to be. B'Maila Gevei Me'ed, it'll be very, very. It'll be in the high. Benisa. It says, "Venisa Migvois will be higher than above the hills." It says, "Mishkosuv Nachni Harabais Hashem B'Shaharim." It says in the Posuk, the Harabais will be established on top of the mountains. Venisa Migvois will be raised above the hills. And it says, "Gambe Atzme Gavel Fimikeme." And in itself, the place where itself is, where the hills are, is also high according to its place. Eretz Yisrael is higher than all the countries. Yerushalayim is higher than entire Eretz Yisrael. And at that you have a mountain, and that is the Har Bais. So we can understand how high it is. Next Radak. Ve'olov kimivnei ir menegev. Like the Radak, Pirish ve'olov b'samachlei. Next to it. The olive is next to maybe olive matmin nasha. Ki Bais Hamikdash banu yibahar. Bais Hamikdash will be built on a mountain, as it was before in the Har Bais on a mountain. The Yerushalayim smuchalei menegev, and the city Yerushalayim will be closer on the south side. This is the Bais and Sofan. The Ir will be in the dorm. The Eo bina Bais asid, and the Rebbe showed Yechezkel the bina Bais, as he showed him the destruction, he's showing him right now the building of the bina Bais. The Nachim nevuah zu Bais Yisrael, to console with this nevuah the Eden says, Asher Golu, which went to Golus, Galei Seva Tikvasam. They shouldn't lose any hope. The Eid Yeshua Lord, so they will yet return back to the land at Srol, Yeshua, they'll sit there, Levetach, securely. Bina Bais here, Yesem Ashay Bechila, and the Bina Bais Hashlish will be much more than it was in the beginning, the first two Bais Hamikdash, and Bais Hamikdash. To this David, he didn't actually bring me physically. He showed me, it appeared to me, as he brought me, and there he placed me, Al Har Gavoya Me'ed, Vihu Har Bais. Yalav, the Samachar Ahu, next to this Har, Kebinyani, as a building of a city, Vihir Yerushalayim. That goes in Yerushalayim. Vahoisam Menegev, it was next to the mountain.